Hi, I'm sure by now all of you know that Sambhasha is an organization dedicated to cultural studies and languages. We wish to study all aspects of culture. But do you know why we are so fascinated by culture and cultural studies? Well, it says, as per definition, that culture is everything that the human beings did to adapt to their environment. The culture starts shaping the human behavior. It starts defining how you speak, what you eat, what you wear, how you behave with each other, and not only that, even how you think. The interaction of different kinds of human beings coming from different kinds of cultures with each other is what fascinates us. At Sambhasha, we try to look at all these aspects of culture and human behavior from non political and non religious angles. This culture passed down through ages then starts becoming our cultural heritage, and cultural heritage defines our identity as a group. When you talk of heritage, heritage could be of three types: natural heritage, like our rivers, our mountains, our geography; tangible heritage, which is like our monuments, be it temples, be it forts, or any other buildings, or artifacts for that matter, which we create; and intangible heritage, which also is very important and most of the times missed out by people who try to understand culture. It is also about our art forms. Now, for example, this sari is my heritage because it comes from my mother. But the weaving technique, the printing technique, the dyeing technique that goes behind it is my intangible heritage, which is now dying. People don't know what it is, and it's very important that we understand all aspects of our culture and heritage. To understand ourselves better, it's very important that we know what our roots have been. And therefore, I urge you to join us in exploring our cultural heritage, our diversity of culture, and finding the unity in it.
Whenever as a child I used to visit museums, of course amazed by the artifacts, I also wondered who actually made them, who spent so much money on these old and static objects. Then I started studying archaeology and I started studying about the history of the museums. Initially, these were not in the form of what we see right now. These were repositories, these were storehouses, antique houses, and most importantly, the access of these museums was limited to the certain part of the society. It took decades to bring the change and open these museums to all of us. But my questions remained the same. Who made them and why would somebody spend so much money on them? I started visiting various museums and realized these museums are not just storehouses of the knowledge, they are much more than that. For example, if we see an artifact in a museum, we try to guess who made it, what was the material, what was the utility of that artifact, and most importantly, what was the community or society making these artifacts was thinking about. All of these questions take us to the understanding of the culture of that society, and hence these museums become our cultural identity. Pune being my hometown, I have seen it changing over the decades. From being the cultural hub of the East to the cosmopolitan metro city that it is right now, these changes are overwhelming and enduring at the same time. But I have also realized we have not explored the museums in the Pune as a cultural hub yet. And that's why we thought about exploring cultural stories in the museums through our museum walk at Raja Dinkar Kelkar Museum.
We designed this museum walk with keeping children in mind, particularly of those of 9 to 13 years old. The aim was not only to look at the objects in the museum but also try to understand the stories, perform few activities and engage in discussions about those objects. We started the day with a very fun activity of treasure hunt where participants were asked to find few objects from the gallery which made them comfortable interacting with each other as well as to know the space they were in better. After this, we took a pause and tried knowing about the place we were in, about the museum we were in, and tried to understand and discuss about why these museums are very important and what could be the very effective way to look at them. Throughout this walk, we explored many objects in the museum and tried to understand the stories behind this object. May it be mythological tales, may it be the object's significance, or even the very basic utility sense of the objects in the past and in the present. At each stop, our participants were very much engaged in knowing the evolution of these objects, the cultural and technological evolution of these objects, like where they are from, where they came from, how they were originated, and what are the contemporary parallels of these objects. They also try to relate it to the social sciences that they study in their school. Beyond only learning about all of these things, we also encourage children to ask questions, to look at these objects with an intent, to be curious about them, and also to share their own thoughts about all of these objects. We tried to inculcate the understanding about all of these objects and the traditions. Children were fascinated to know the stories, the practices, beliefs, values that are binded with all of these objects. The highlight of the walk was integration of music and storytelling. We also performed few hands-on activities, one of which is we tried to paint our own Ganjifa cards. And also in the musical instruments gallery, we tried to listen to different sounds from various old artists to understand the whole process better. We also in the utensils gallery recited Zata Varchi Ovi with our facilitators. Every aspect of this walk tried making this experience not only informative but created or curated a very wider cultural experience for children.
Join us for culture,
Community and conversation.